Socrates, as portrayed by Plato, often challenged traditional beliefs, including mythological ones, to get people to think critically. Aristotle, on the other hand, was more focused on empirical observation and less on mythology. Plato, especially in works like The Republic, used myths to convey philosophical truths. Myths, for him, served as allegorical tools to explore ideas about morality, the soul, and the ideal state. Using stories, even if not strictly historical, to convey deeper truths or values can be powerful. Myths, legends, and religious texts can function as vehicles for moral teachings or cultural identity. The George Washington cherry tree story is a great example. Regardless of its factual accuracy, it promotes the value of honesty. So, instead of dismissing these narratives, some people find ways to reinterpret them to reflect on contemporary issues. Using stories as a bridge, rather than a barrier, can foster understanding. It allows people to find common ground, appreciate diverse perspectives, and engage in meaningful dialogue. By focusing on the underlying morals and values in these narratives, we can create connections across different beliefs. This approach could really help build a more inclusive dialogue. In the end, we'll all become stories. Margaret Atwood. Those who once shared the stories have now become the stories themselves. Socrates and Jesus shared several similarities. They both willingly accepted execution and left no writings of their own, so we rely on the accounts of their followers. The stories we have about Jesus portray him not as a theologian, but as a masterful storyteller. His parables rarely featured realistic characters, yet they conveyed profound, true-to-life lessons.
In Plato's Republic, myths and legends are strategically employed to convey complex philosophical ideas and to influence his audience's understanding of justice, virtue, and the ideal state. Plato uses both traditional Greek myths and invented myths to make his arguments more accessible and engaging, particularly for those who might not grasp abstract philosophical discourse. Myths, with their vivid imagery and narrative structure, can be more easily understood and remembered by a wider audience than abstract philosophical arguments, according to the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy.